So, this video is going to be about my binge eating disorder, I think. Currently binging on a banana, which is still binging, because it's not really what I'm eating, it's that I'm eating. Probably started in childhood, or probably was caused through childhood, and then me reaffirming it through my internship, when I was really stressed, and then 2, third year at uni, quite stressed, and then 3, I'm pretty stressed now, I guess, to some extent. Quite a bit of anxiety each day. Maybe it was also started a bit when I was obsessive in calorie counting and stuff. I think I eat to numb myself. That's what happens in the evenings now. I kind of get to such a point where I feel just a pressure, an internal pressure, and I just don't feel like I want to at all go to bed and read or go and meditate. I have no desire to do anything like that. I mean, I've been productive throughout the day. I mean, today I've done 3.5 hours of programming, had a workout, had some engaging, stimulating discussions with people about controversial topics and stuff, which is some mental power and energy. And I was I don't feel like that. I just wanted to, I don't know what it was. I felt a tension and anxiety of being around people, of being inside, being in a city, I guess. That might have something to do with it. But I just have this tension. And then I just go and eat until I feel numb, and I just feel really lethargic. I'm in a torpor, however you say that word, torpor. And it's not fun. It's not fun, and I don't feel like I can talk to anybody. I don't feel like I can talk to any of my closest friends. I definitely don't feel like I can talk to my parents. Don't feel like I can talk to anybody in person in the hostel. I know I can, and I know it would be difficult, and it's possible, but I just don't. One of the things I was writing about recently is how one of the reasons I don't feel I can open up to people is because whenever I talk about my problems or something like that, or things I'm struggling with or something, people seem to like to have an opinion, and that makes me just anxious, because it's I'm talking, I'm expressing myself because I'm just trying to be vulnerable. Oh no, I'm just trying to express myself. I'm just trying to get off my chest. I just want you to listen, I guess. I guess people think they're doing a favour in terms of providing a response, trying to help, but inadvertently they're just kind of pushing their belief system, their beliefs, their values, their agenda on, pushing what they believe onto you. And they might give you excuses like my mum does. Oh Luke, just don't be so hard on yourself, or tomorrow's a new day, or she could just positive stuff like that. And I'm yeah, it is a new day, but I'll probably do this again, or fresh start. So then you wake up with a load of hope, and then you eat one thing, it leads to another, and then you feel even more guilty. It's so complicated, in terms of the human condition, or this disorder. It's complicated. It's not just, just stop. And then another point is, like, I was watching a few videos now how to stop binge eating, and one of the things is your words. You know, how you view yourself, your identity, your ego, your evil twins. You know, they're like all or nothing, or whatever the other ones were. You know, positive. You know, encouraging. Like, you've done good today, so you've earned it. Or, you know, the all or nothing is like, well, you've had 2 biscuits now, so you may as well eat the rest of them. And then the other one is like, you can't do this, and then you want to rebel, so you do it, and you go all out. And so positive talking is like, you know, I used to binge eat, or I used to be a person who couldn't only have one piece of chocolate, but had to have the whole packet. Now I can have one piece of chocolate and not have the whole packet. And I, you know, they sound good, and maybe they do work, and maybe I should give them a go, but I guess I've just been super skeptical about this positive psychology stuff because I used to believe in it, and then I began to venture into philosophy and learn about the complexity of the human condition, and I was like, how it's infinitely complex, I guess, and how people are infinitely complex, and I just lost faith in it because I was like, okay, I can't fix my existential problems by looking at myself in the mirror and saying, you are good enough. You deserve kindness. I just thought, what the fuck? What an insult to the complexity of humanity. What an insult to humanity, I guess. That's a bit over the top, but you know what I mean? It's just like, I'd laugh. I'd like, are you fucking serious? But maybe there's merit, you know, in saying to myself, well, Luke, you know, you could go for a banana, or you could go and take a jog. It just sounds ridiculous, but I don't know, maybe I should try giving it a go a bit more. Another thing is, what they say is to buy, you know, try to normalise trigger foods, like for me it'd be peanut butter, cereal, but I don't know, I mean, I've got porridge, but I binge on it. Well, like, I had 2 bowls today. Not really too bad, but Pringles I got rid of. What else did I don't know, binge hasn't been too bad. Again, don't use words like bad, and try to be curious when you're binging. Yeah, it's when, I guess one of the reasons I feel a lack of control is because I don't feel I'm in a great environment. Free food. Tonight, I was just coding, and then people came in and watched RuPaul's drag queen thing, and crisps and two types of different biscuits and loads of popcorn, and the smell of the popcorn. Oof. And I'm like, I sat there, and it's just on my mind, and it builds up, and then I go in the kitchen, and I ate about 2/3 of a tube of Pringles and chucked the rest away, and then there's free food, like this morning, I didn't eat it, but there was like a fucking 4-bar Kit Kat, just, you know what I mean, just there, on the free food shelf, right as you're making your breakfast, you look up and it's there. So yeah, it's not a great environment. I can't go back home because I'll be living with my parents, and that would drive me bad. And the thing is, that's how bad it is. Like this early today, as I said, or about half an hour ago, I was like thinking I could go home, and then I realised, wow, you changed your life plans and you went around the world because you were being controlled by your eating disorder. And yeah, and I think I have to admit, I do have a binge eating disorder, which is quite hard to admit, because I guess my ego is like, you want to be perfect, and that's me admitting that I have an ego. That's complicated as well. But yeah, you know, sorry, I've just farted, and I'm just like realised that when I'm in like a state of binge eating, I'm sometimes like disgusted at myself, and that's what it is. It's shame, you know. Like when I'm in the kitchen, I'll wait for one of the guys just now to go upstairs, go out, and I'll be looking at the door, make sure no one comes in. The porridge is just like, I was talking to him, toast popped out the oven because he came in, and I didn't realise he was going to come in the kitchen, and the toast popped out, and I was just like, I wanted him to believe that, oh no, that's not Luke's, you know. And when the porridge dinged, I didn't get it out of the microwave until he went, like 20-30 minutes later. I was like, no, I don't want him to think that's Luke's, you know. I don't want to be caught. And like when I was fasting today and I broke my fast, I did 25 hours fast, and I said I was going to do 3 days, basically as a yo-yo response to binge eating 2 days ago. And I was eating porridge, and Nico came up to me and said, what the fuck are you doing? You know? Yeah, it's, I mean, he doesn't realise it, but it's not really supportive, you know? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would like my own place where I am alone and where I don't have all this food in the house, and you know, I don't know, I guess I want my own space quite badly. Do I believe that would help? I do, yeah. I think, yeah, I do think, yeah, it would help. If I could just have my own fridge, my own food, just only my stuff around. I'm not sharing anything with anyone. I don't have to see chocolate which is readily available, even if because I've done it before. I've stolen other people's food. I've been tempted to here. I'm not really tempted to that bad, but like just now, I just thought, oh, Nico's got cashews in his thing, and there's like some cheese that says "name please" in the fridge, so I could just open that and be like, oh well, it says there was no name on it, so you know. There's been temptations here to steal food. I stole food when I was at uni, and I'm like ashamed of this stuff, you know. Because when I'm doing it, I'm aware I'm doing it, and I'm aware that it's bad, and I'm scared to death of getting caught, because I'm like, if I get caught doing this, then this isn't me. This is like, I don't stand by this at all. I feel guilt. I feel a lot of guilt. And yeah, so if I get caught, or when I get caught, I feel anxious as fuck, and I feel like I want to be understood. I guess that's what it is. You know, when I was with my dad's partner, I would say to my dad, because dad would tell me, because I was living with my dad's partner. That's quite a complicated sentence, but dad and his bird, I lived in his bird's house with my dad, and I would eat their food. I would eat chocolate or binge on their cereal, and my dad would tell me that his partner told him that I just don't understand why Luke does it. You know, he wants to be healthy, and he says he's vegan, but well, I wasn't at the time, but you know, he says he's wanting to be healthy, but then he's eating all this stuff I don't understand, and that just hurts. It just shows that this isn't understood. I'm not understood, and then I question myself, like, isn't it all in my mind? Am I just a pussy? Am I just without willpower? Do I have a disorder? Am I just identifying with a disorder to alleviate responsibility? I go down that fucking road of intellectualizing everything and trying to fucking pretend I'm a completely autonomous unit. Yeah. People say, I don't understand, you know, it's just food, just you feel bad when you do it, or why do it? Yeah. You know that you have the power to stop. Yeah. Great advice. Wow. Yeah. I wish it was that easy. I don't know what causes it. What causes my binge eating tonight was just, I don't know, just got late in the evening. Fixing my sleep schedule could probably help it, because in the evening I just get anxious, and I just get like well, I've wasted the evening, so I may as well keep wasting it or something. I don't know what it is. Underlying anxieties. I mean, I don't know why I have anxiety. It could be something as abstract as my whole living environment is not conducive to my personality. Living in a share house, and there are people like tonight. Oh man, tonight there are 2 conversations with the same woman where she just like complained in total for maybe 40 minutes, 40 minutes, I'd say. Just talked at me, and I was just listening. And it got to a point where I started feeling anxious because I actually just really wanted to leave. And then she'd like continue, and I'd be like, okay. Eventually, I was like, oh, I'm going inside. I'm cold. And then there's one person who, laugh is so forced. She's literally my toes curl and my hands clench into a fist when I hear her laugh, and I'm in the immediate vicinity because it's so fake and it's piercing, and I just makes me just anxious. And I don't want to live in this share house for a lot longer. I'm not trying to shirk responsibility, but it's not great at all times. Today I felt anxious because I was meditating and people were behind me, and they could have easily just look to get their towel to shower, and they'd see me meditating, and that made me feel self-conscious in a bad way. And just because I had that worry, I was anxious. Well, they're kind of the same thing. But because there was that possibility, I had anxiety. So, I don't know. I guess to go forward, I don't want to keep trying to control myself. I watched a video, and I've watched a couple of videos from nutritionists, people who've been through binge eating disorder, people who have overcome it as much as you can overcome an addiction. And they've said, it's best not to diet, not try to restrict yourself, to allow yourself to be in the vicinity of binge eating inducing foods. And I can see that, because I've in the past tried to restrict myself, abstain from food. I'll say I'll do a 72-hour fast, and I'll just fucking yo-yo, do 24 hours and just end up binge eating that evening. I'll say no chocolate ever, and then I might scoff on a massive fat bar. So willpower doesn't only go so far. So maybe I don't know. The more pressure I put on myself, the less productive I'll be throughout my days in things I actually want to be, things which are valuable to me, like my programming, and I'll end up binge eating more probably, and I'll just keep yo-yoing and feel super out of control of life. So at the moment, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can tell myself only to buy healthy foods, which I pretty much do anyway. I genuinely do. I buy healthy shit. You can look at my foods I've got now. I've got some veg, loads of cans of beans and legumes, load of pasta, load of lentils, tofu, some hot sauce, cabbage, carrots, mustard, sweet potatoes, porridge. That's might need to be taken out. It's not too bad, honestly. Porridge, like cinnamon and cardamom for the porridge, a bit like a banana left. I've not got shit, and I don't want to just say, don't buy anything bad, or because I don't know, if it's not there, it's not in my mind. I don't want to say can't eat for 22 hours and then you have a 2-hour eater window. Oh man, I thought, I'll do a reset, 72-hour reset where I don't eat anything, and then I'll refresh my relationship with food. That actually kind of weeded me out of it. I didn't expect you to fall over. I wanted to just refresh my relationship with food over 72 hours, I know it's 24 hours, and I was like really fucking hungry. Food was wafting in through the fucking kitchen, and I can only really work in the common room, which is next to the kitchen, because there's a good internet connection, and because there's actually somewhere I can sit, because there are no desks in the hostel. So yeah, I'm like near food really regularly. People are coming and sit in the common room and eat. So I can't say, don't eat for 24 hours and then eat one meal a day, because I'll do that for a few days or a week, and then I'll flip because my mind's like rebelling, because I used to have a bad relationship with food, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm probably going to go eat more now, try to be aware of what I'm doing while I'm eating it, and try to not beat myself up for doing it, and try to, I don't know what to do when I to go forward. Try to be more aware of what I'm doing when I'm doing it, be more mindful about my eating and stuff, and hope that I start earning some money so I can move into my own place, which won't happen because they're expensive. So I don't know what to do. I'm not too anxious about the future in terms of like the long run finances. I mean, I've got less than like £1,000 to my name, but that doesn't worry me too much for some reason. I think because my dad said he'd financially back me, which is nice, which is super privileged, honestly. But yeah, not enough free space.